As local landmarks go, I've never been here before, but I love the look of this place.
Absolutely love it. It's been redone. Mark Hall, a local contractor in town, grew up in town, big family, bought it and redid it.
This is what a general store is supposed to be.
This is what a general store is supposed to be. Dead center of town, basically equidistant to everything. It's a phenomenal place.
All the signs look good, although there's one that looks like it was haphazardly placed up there.
Yeah, I had nothing to do with it. Yeah, exactly.
What's your favorite sign up here? Which one brings back the most memories?
You know, it's just, Nick O'Brien's, the sign over there is a former garage owner in town. That was from his door on his tow truck. Just all the names around town when I was growing up. So if you go through and hear the story behind each one of these signs, you'll get basically the whole history of town. Movers, shakers, names, players. It's just a great place.
The general store is where the locals kick the politics around. Do they kick you around?
No. No, my hometown I do pretty well, and I'm very grateful for that. So I don't get kicked around too much.
When we walk out, what do they say about you?
Don't let the door hit you in the butt.
Well, you got to do that.
There you go.
At least I didn't name it Tim O'Brien after John Kerry. Hey, we are zip tripping in North Reading this morning, Lily, and there's one place in town that is near and dear to my heart. Very few towns have them anymore, but the Old Country Store. It's Ryers in North Reading. What a hidden gem. By the way, they got a great old flatbed Ford as well. Isn't that right, driver?
How you doing, partner?
Yeah, boy. Anyway, you wonder what Ryers is all about? Take a look.
This is Ryers store. This is a remake of the old Ryers store, and this store is all about the town of North Reading and preserving the old small town feel. Ryers store was started in 1912, and we're coming up on our 100th year anniversary.
Yeah, $5.99 please.
We call it the heart of North Reading.
Penny candy, she's that messy kind. Penny candy, she eats it all the time.
Up here we have an old sign collection for local North Reading businesses. That's the old sign, the Ryers Ice Cream's the old sign that hung on the original building. That's the original owner, Bill Ryer, when he was young. He's 83 now, I think. Bill actually worked in the old store for us, and he wouldn't take any money. He worked there for about 5 years. And so he has a love for the place.
My grandfather had it. He started it. He came down from Nova Scotia.
Knowing that I'm used to working on old buildings, I'm a contractor that does work on old buildings, he thought it might get preserved that way. His nephew was running it and had decided to stop running it. He offered it to us. This is the original building, or the main part of the original building. It's post and beam construction. The rest of the building we tore off because it was rotting so far gone that it wasn't worth moving. There was the only thing we could really salvage was the doors, the interior doors. So we didn't want to throw them away. We wanted to include it in the new store, so we stripped them and used them for paneling in the bathrooms. I grew up in an old house built in 1702, and I just was around people who liked that stuff when I was a young kid, so I learned to appreciate it and collect it. This is the sign that was across the street. It's heavy mahogany. That thing is heavy. And just the ends were splintered off a little bit, so the insurance company gave them a whole new sign, and this one was going to be burned. So we thought it'd be a nice solid table. Sign up over the desk is an old local sandwich shop, which is still around, but look at the prices. We have a Patriots cheerleader that grew up in town who donated her license plate, her vanity plate. Went to Mr. Stanley and asked him for a sign. He said, I don't have one. And I said, I pointed behind him and I said, I'm looking at one. It's the door to his truck, which is right there. So we took the door off the truck and hung it on the ceiling. We marinate our own meats, and we make anything in the deli that you can imagine. And it's the meeting and greeting place. If you stand on the rug over there in front of the door, you'll get most of the local and news in town before it hits the papers. He sits across the street and looks at the store all the time. He was so happy when we named it Ryers, or we kept the name Ryers, I should say.
Well, I like it. It's got my name on it. I mean, how can I help but like it? And I'm right across the street from it.
What a place. Mark Hall is here. He runs the joint. We got Ken, we got Christine, we got Bill. Oh, we got Gene too. But Gene just went to your place this morning. What did you think, Gino?
Fantastic. I couldn't believe it. I walked into a gem. It's a little slice of heaven you got here. I wish I had more time to hang around and kick around the store. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
But you're trying to make it the place where the old days, you know, you can get the sandwich, you can get the ice cream, you can talk a little politics, talk some Bruins.
Yeah, we didn't want to lose the charm of the old store, the little small store, which we have a picture of when we had to deal with it and move it.
I love a store owner who starts his answer with a yeah.
Yeah.
That's old school right there.
It did feel like old times because I walked in and they were talking about the Bruins winning the Stanley Cup. I said, what is this, 1972? Oh, no, wait a minute. No, they just won it again.
What are you laughing at over there, Ken? That wasn't that good. You got the old sodas there. You can get the black cherry. You can get the ginger ale. You always love that stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sarsaparilla.
Saspy, you gotta love Saspy. But then you got the wine for the ladies in town.
Yeah, wine. We got cheeses, steak tips. We marinate our own steak tips.
Well, look at the shrimp down there. That's all tremendous.
Same thing, yeah.
You're losing money on that, I can guarantee you.
Probably. We're losing money on everything, so.
Now, you named sandwiches after focal points in town, is that correct?
Yes, yeah.
What would it take to get a VB on the menu? It would be just 2 slices of bread, nothing in the middle.
We can do that for you.
Well, you got an airport sandwich. What the hell? What's that name? There's no airport in North Reading.
There was one up until the 30s or 40s, I'm told. There's no pictures of it, but right where McDonald's is on Main Street is where the airport was. And the aerial
a lot of air traffic from North Reading in the 30s. What was that, one plane a year coming in then? Or what?
Yeah.
Well, it was a tourist town back then, though, because of the big ponds that you got in town.
What's that?
I didn't get him to say yeah.
It was
yeah.
a Ponds scheme.
It was a wow. Here's my last question,
This
Christine.
is why he brought me into this.
Well, how about this, Gino? How about we get Christine in the back so I can say, it's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford. She's coming to take a look at me. I got so excited I screwed it up.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
Careful there.
Ryers Country Store, North Reading. You got to check it out. It's old school. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. There you go. We'll take a time out. Much more to do in North Reading when we come back. Stick around.
Yeah.